Hello, I'm Shannon.
I'm Mapal.
I'm Silven.
I'm Kaleb.
And sadly, our guest, Helena, will not be joining us until her power is back on. So we are going to hope and pray that her power does come back on. But until then, we are going to entertain you with our beautiful voices.
The show must carry on.
Shut up, Kaleb. No one's talking to you.
Oh, dear.
We have had a great week for Supernatural this week, have we not?
Yeah.
We have
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's just one week after the other. Just new stuff every single week. And it's hilarious because it's always like right before the Europeans wake up. So I like to watch my European friends react to the new fandom news every
Yeah,
time.
it's like, I come online and it's just like, oh my god, did you see this happen? I came on Monday and it was just like, oh my god, we have the preview and Edmund said this, and I'm just like, oh my god, the fandom exploded while I was asleep.
I'm so glad that I'm
Monday
dating.
was crazy.
I'm so glad that I'm dating Kaleb, or I would have no idea what the fuck was ever going on. Because I go to school, and then I come home, and I'm, like, dead tired, and I don't want to do anything. I get on Tumblr, and I revlog a bunch of useless pictures, and then I most likely fall out at around 11. So...
Then I just, like, summarize everything for
yeah.
them.
I don't...
Yeah.
This is why I'm always so unprepared for shows, because I can never make it imperative to just go on my Tumblr and look out for fandom news, because I'm just so freaking exhausted.
Okay, so now to actual fandom news. We have the preview for Season 9.
Ah!
Jesus Christ.
All I'm going to say is Elena Hoffman as Abaddon again.
I don't know who this Elena Hoffman is, but I know Elena Huffman is playing Abaddon again.
Ever. We all know who we're talking about.
Yes,
That's amazing. I really think the majority of the fandom was hoping and praying that they would bring her back, or would at least find, an actress with a kind of similar flair. But what could be better than just having her back?
I was really worried if they were going to recast her, because I don't know if anyone could do what she did.
Yeah,
amazing, really.
She played that character really, really well. Like, I remember seeing her, I, freaked out. I didn't even freak out because I was excited. I was freaking out because I really wanted to tell Kaleb that she was playing Abaddon again, because he was going to be way more excited than I was. So I remember sitting there and seeing her, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. And part of me was really surprised. I did not expect them to bring her back. I've never seen them do that before. Except for Rachel Miner. What'd you say, Silven?
You're going to have to repeat yourself, Silven.
Yeah, you're into...
To bring her back, it would be... okay. Internet is very spotty. I'm just was actually not surprised at all, because it was much more likely for them to bring her back, because it would be extremely hard to cast another actress to play her, to kind of ongoing with that exact character portrayal. Because sometimes it works okay. It was okay with Ruby, for example, I think. But with Abaddon, she is such a charismatic character, and Alana has such a particular way of playing her, that it would just be really hard. And, bringing back vessels that were supposed to be gone is something they've done already. I mean, they've done it with Kaz. Why not Abaddon?
Yeah, I feel like, and a lot of people are going to probably be saying, I know, Destiny in the chat, she's like, I wonder what the story about her burnt vessel is going to be. I'm pretty sure that since she's not, a regular demon, she's probably going to be able to heal herself more like an angel can. Yeah. So I think that the moment she was able to just go inside that vessel, she was probably able to let herself get fixed. Maybe she's not able to automatically heal herself, but she's definitely able to heal her vessels better.
I'm thinking that, maybe it could even be something like time travel based. Just, I don't think they're gonna explain it or anything like that, but it's a curious thing. Imagine if she could, momentarily time travel to a moment when her vessel was fine, and that way reunite with it and bring it back.
We'll see. That's not the only writing obstacle they have to come up with, because we saw Bobby wasn't in heaven. He was back with the boys.
I'm telling you, it's my theory that it wasn't just the angels that fell from heaven.
Oh.
I think that Metatron probably worked it out to where the souls of heaven would fall back too, which I think would be really interesting to see, because you've got all of these angels falling down, and then you're going to have to deal with the boys possibly finding all of these spirits in heaven that have just managed to start popping up everywhere, starting with Bobby. Then maybe
doesn't
maybe
that open up the opportunity to have everyone else, like Ellen, Joe, their parents?
Yeah, I think so. Not their parents. We have no idea what happened with their parents, remember?
Though John went to hell, though, I thought.
No, John went to hell, but he got out of hell, remember?
Yeah, but I think he went back to hell.
Yeah,
I don't think
he popped back to hell.
Ash and Pamela. Oh, I miss Ash. I liked Ash.
Wait, how did he go back to hell? That doesn't make any sense. He, ran. As soon as he got out, he ran. I don't think he's in, I don't think he's in hell. I think he
is.
I don't think so. Because I don't understand how he would have gotten it back into hell. What would have happened to get him into hell?
Maybe I hope he's in hell.
But yeah, like what Tom said, it could definitely be like a reverse rapture. Like all the spirits and the angels fell down from heaven.
It would fuck over heaven's mechanics.
Yeah. It's going to be really interesting. I really hope that's what they're doing, because it would make a lot of sense instead of bringing Bobby back as a ghost who decided to just stroll back on down from heaven to help with the boys, because that's not going to make any sense.
I'm really concerned with the writing there, because I was really worried for some heaven scenes.
I think they're going to do it well. I mean, I'm not worried about that at all. Yeah, speaking of which, we have... Okay, now let's go to... We have deleted scenes out, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I just want to point out, here in the agenda, Silven has, prayer scene, ugh, in parentheses.
Well, I'm sorry, but if the prayer scene isn't the first thing you think when you think of the deleted scenes, I don't understand you, because goddamn it.
Oh jeez.
I'm not going to lie, I have not seen a single deleted scene yet.
Oh, you can get caught.
Again, I'm sorry, but Dean started every sentence. Oh my God, Shannon, I no, you're not okay. Dean started every sentence with "I need you" in his monologue in the deleted prayer scene. I absolutely cannot get over that, because I mean, the amount of character development he has had this season that allowed him to say something like that in the first place, I understand why they would remove that scene, because the scene with Naomi in the same episode kind of already brings that thing to the table, but the fact that he could say it so many times, that he would still continue praying to Cass. It was after the crypt scene, and if it was anyone else, he would have been scared of Cass at that point. But because of all their history and because of how much he feels for Cass, he still wanted Cass back. He never wanted him to leave, because he knew he wasn't Cass, and the whole thing where he says, "I need you to not be nuts." I mean,
oh God.
I have seen lots of gift sets, and it looks like it's one of the best scenes ever. But yeah, I can totally see what you said as to why they took it out. It's just, do you think it should be considered canon, even though it was a deleted scene? Should that scene be considered canon?
I think so.
I think so, yeah, because it's not quite the same as something like, say, Word of God, because if it was shot in the first place, if it was meant to be in the episode, it could have been removed for various reasons, like the timing reasons, and they just couldn't fit it in lengthwise. But that doesn't make them... It doesn't make it like, they didn't intend to show it. They did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they went through all the process of it, and even up to filming it and editing it. So,
Okay.
Yeah, because in movies, like Lord of the Rings, their deleted scenes are still considered canon, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. It's just a lot of people think that since it wasn't actually in the show, then it shouldn't be canon. But
No,
it's canon, alright.
Yeah, I think so.
Disagree.
Well, but that's the thing. Would you guys say the same thing if it was an anti-Destiel scene that was deleted?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because I know that because I heard a lot of people using that argument, and it kind of and some people would have, and some people were really being big hypocrites about it. I'm not going to name names though.
Then again, what is an anti-Destiel scene at that point? Does that even exist?
That's a very good point.
Yeah, because like
also, I want to bring attention to another deleted scene that has something to do with my favorite character ever, Charlie.
Oh God,
Charlie.
That deleted scene was way too adorable. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Since Shannon's a loser and he didn't listen to any of them.
I haven't had time. Excuse me. I've had to stay after
God.
school and rehearse for things, Mr. I do nothing.
I'm gonna go ahead
all
and
day.
recap. Oh, don't worry, Frankie. I'm gonna get to the Benny deleted scene soon. Don't worry. That one was horrible in a very good way.
I could just pull them up on YouTube and like show them to everybody.
Basically, Charlie wants to listen to something in this century, and she's like joking around about him being a dinosaur. And then Dean says something along the lines of, "Hey, you know the rules." And then Charlie's just like, "Yeah, I know." What was it?
Driver picks the music, shotgun shuts her cake hole.
Yes, that's it. And she says that, and I'm just like, oh my god. I'm like, doesn't that officially make her a sibling now, since she used like a sibling line?
She's pretty much a Winchester.
She is pretty much a Winchester, yeah.
I think there's like requirements that you have to fulfill to be a Winchester.
I feel like the parallel there was very nice.
Hold on. I was trying to say something.
And say it, Shannon.
The requirements of being a Winchester are you have to have a shitty family life, which Charlie does since her mom is in a coma and she's had to be on the run most of her life. You have to have had trouble with the law at some point, which she does, obviously. Lots of trouble with it. And you've had to have almost died at least twice. Or you have to have died at least twice. Either way, she's
the most important one. You have to wear layers.
Oh, yeah. Layers.
And y'all also forgot another important one. You also have to have interspecies relationships with supernatural beings.
That's like hilariously accurate because when you think of it, I mean,
there was Sam and Ruby, and there's Dean and Cass, and then there was Gilda and Charlie.
I'm still really sad that like Charlie didn't get to like get down with Gilda because everyone decided they were just going to run inside their happy tent.
But
yeah,
okay. Now the Benny deleted scene. Oh, geez.
I haven't even heard about the Benny deleted scene. It hasn't even been on my dash.
There is a gif of Benny looking so crushed and sad it hurts to look at it.
God.
It would have brought like even more angst to that scene. It was a deleted scene right before Benny goes back to hell and they're in that colorful alley.
Yeah. I can't with that.
What happens during the scene?
Just more brotherly love angst happens, and
also was it on? I saw it on the GIFs. I haven't managed to watch it yet, but didn't Dean ask Benny if he fell off the wagon? And Benny says that some questions shouldn't be asked.
Yeah, he said, "Did you fall off the wagon?" And then like Benny has like this crushed look on his face, obviously alluding to the fact that he did. And that's why he wants to go back to purgatory to right that wrong.
They probably cut that to keep us sympathetic towards.
I still would have been sympathetic.
It was so sad. It was so sad.
He's a freaking vampire. It's not like he can help it. At least he was trying. Okay, a civilian dies. Who hasn't killed a civilian in Supernatural? I mean, really.
And Dean, and like Ari brought up, Dean didn't even look like judgmental. He was just sad for him too, and I was just like, this scene. I
He
can't.
was sad because he knew what he was gonna have to do.
Just fuck that whole scene. Just fuck it all.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my god.
The feels. It hurts.
I'm glad I haven't watched these deleted scenes. They sound heartbreaking.
Moving on.
Yeah. The story of Castiel is out, and I'm gonna be honest here. I haven't watched that yet. You can hit me on the head, but I'm afraid I'll make myself too sad. Does it make sense?
I haven't really watched it. Honestly, I thought it was alluding to the fact that that basically Castiel's entire arc for the season was revealed, but apparently not. So there was something released. Was it from the DVD? Oh, was it that like commentary on Castiel's entire like thing?
Yeah, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. I could show you guys. I could show them if someone wants to get me the video real quick.
Oh.
Because if I try and do anything right now, then my computer's going to work. Okay, guys, here's the deal. If someone can find it for me and it's not too long, I'll play it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Send it to our inbox.
Yeah, you guys. Oh, it's like 8 minutes. Never mind.
Oh, Jesus, never mind.
We're not gonna.
Tom,
it's 20 minutes. Never mind. So we're not gonna play 20 minutes worth of contents.
That's a very, very nice description, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Oh, Tom.
So we'll post the video on our blog, but we're not going to play it during this because 20 minutes.
There was
is
so
too
many
long, and we've got
fandom
stuff
news. I was trying to revlog everything as it came out, but there was just so much.
Ooh, okay. Oh, no. How about another deal? Like, if we finish all of the actual fandom news before the show lets out, and we don't, and Helena doesn't come back, and we can't do the Supernatural experience, then we'll watch all these videos and let everyone listen to our live commentary on them.
Okay.
Don't worry, Destiny. We're getting to that right now. Let's go ahead and talk about the Dean and Aaron.
I got screamed at for this. I came online and just straight away it was because
there were people. There were people in my inbox screaming about it before I woke up. Literally, to people in my inbox.
I got to rub it in my mother's face.
I had Kaleb shouting at me because I wrote the meta the badge, and it turned out the badge was important. Oh, it's just sort of like.
Oh, and I love how Ellen wiggled her bum.
Nice.
The badge was improvised by Jensen, so just there you go.
Just let that settle in for a minute.
Just let that sink.
Yeah.
Again, guys, just can I say, because there was massive wank, not massive, but there was wank in fandom.
Obviously.
When isn't there
when
wank in
Dean
fandom?
described when Jensen described Dean as heterosexual during the discussion of that scene, I think it was J-Con, if I'm correct. Either and J-Con somewhere around that time. Can I just say, guys, this is yet again proof that it doesn't matter what. It's not that it doesn't matter what Jensen says, but look, he knows his character better than anyone, and he plays his character the way he's meant to be seen. So if you're watching that scene, it looks like Dean is flustered because he's being hit on by a person who you maybe like back. That's what it's supposed to be. Really.
And I'm 100% sure that when Jensen goes to conventions and he gets asked things about Dean, he will answer sort of from Dean's perspective. So, is Dean bi? Well, Dean doesn't think he's bi right now, so he's just going to go no, totally straight guy. Don't be so stupid. So
exactly, and what is he supposed to say?
Yeah, or again, maybe this is a big spoiler and he just didn't want to give it away.
Yeah.
There's just so many factors to factor in.
Guy, and another thing that you've got to think, we've had two people who, what does Phil do? Is Phil a writer too? What does he do? What is his job?
Oh, the new guys.
Phil? What does Phil do, guys?
Is it a new writer and a new director anyway?
I think Phil was the director. Yeah, Phil was the director because I talked about Phil.
Yeah.
Because you guys, you got to think this is a writer for the show, which is already a really big deal, and the director of a show. So when you've got a writer and a director commenting on things like this, it's a really big deal. Like it's about as close to canon as you can get without it explicitly being stated on the show. So I'm taking this as serious as I possibly can, just because this was said by two very important people. This wasn't just something that was thrown away by like a troll like Misha. This was something that was said on official show commentary. Yeah. So it's a lot different, in my opinion.
Yeah, and like guys, while I personally never take word of gay seriously, the thing is, in a situation like this is much better than word of gay. It's not even actual word of gay, but it's an acknowledgement of the fact that, you know, that people who interpret Dean as bi, that what we're seeing is actually legit something the showrunners see too. That they actually, I think that in a situation like this, the fact that this isn't even a DSTL scene makes it even better.
Yeah.
Because with the DSTL scene, they're so used to joking about it that, like romantic tension, blah blah, and this is just Dean with the character from one episode where it didn't have to happen, you know?
No.
And I have to agree with Nevin in the chat. His performance is way too strong to indicate someone who was actually in the dark. So, like, seriously, as soon as anyone who watched that show who wasn't, like, ready to vehemently deny Dean's bisexuality, someone who was just open to the fact, you watch that and you automatically go to that. Just because that scene was just so...
Yeah.
It was very bisexual. It was a bisexual scene.
Ben Edlund himself said that
Hail Ben Edlund.
Dean and Aaron could possibly be together, but it's hard because Dean's life is so hectic. I'm like, guys, he literally just said that.
Yeah.
So I'm not
amazing.
I have no idea what's going to happen in season 9, but considering everything that's been said about Dean, considering everything that's just been said for like this entire summer, for like all of these months, I mean, come on. I think it's safe to say that we're not completely in the dark. Everything that you have Just Brothers fans saying, everything you have casual watchers who don't like the idea saying, we've pretty much got a lot to this. We've got a lot, and I'm pretty sure that it's not going to get ignored anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, can I just say, I know I've said this already, but as you know, I'm from Russia, and over here they cannot show... they pretty much can't show gay characters on TV anymore. And can I just tell you that the majority of fan dubbers, like even fan dubbers who dub Supernatural, dropped it during season 8. They have absolutely no interest in DSTL becoming canon, but you know it's getting close to that when people who just don't want to get in trouble drop subbing it because they're afraid that, you know,
it would
it's
look
going to
too
happen
gay.
Next season. They're going to publish it, and they're going to get in legal trouble. Here's a group of people who absolutely don't want it for like funsies or anything.
Tom actually brought up a good point, which follows along with the fact that he turned Aaron down based on being on a job, not being uninterested.
And the scene literally tells you that so explicitly because he never even says that he's not interested or that, you know, he doesn't swing that way. He just this is a federal investigation.
Yeah, he's. Usually when that happened, he'd say, well, I don't swing that way. Well, he didn't say that this time. And I thought that was very important. That was the first thing I noticed in that scene.
And it was incredibly smart.
And okay,
he doesn't say I don't back the team or anything. He sort of backs away and falls over a table. I mean, who really falls over?
I'm on the job.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie. Until this week, it's been really hard for me. Like, not even until this week. Like, until these last month or two, it's been really hard for me to sort of just stay in my sort of optimistic way like I usually am, just because I've been really feeling like, oh my god, what if it really doesn't happen? Those thoughts have been really creeping into my mind, and they're still there, but now that all of this stuff has been happening, and we've been getting all of this news, and we've been getting all of these interviews and everything, it's revitalized me, if that makes sense.
It's made me super pumped for this season. Holy crap.
Yeah. And yes, Michelle in the chat is saying, he did call him my gay thing, and that was amazing because like
Thing.
that was the closest thing they could have done to Dean to show that Dean is actually somewhere inside he's open to that option without actually having him say something like, Sam, I think I like guys, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can understand
he looked so happy about having a gay thing.
I can understand where a lot of people were just sort of like, well, he was saying it was his gay thing because that's how he described it to Sam on the phone. I was like, yeah, but I've met a lot of straight guys who claim to be uber hetero like everyone tries to claim Dean to be. He wouldn't have just called someone his gay thing. He would have just been like, he would have like motioned. If Sam would have asked about it, he may have motioned, or he may have just been like, he wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, he would have been like a lot more defensive about it.
Yeah,
he would have just said something
Not
like,
happy.
he would have just said something like, there was a gay guy who hit on me. No, he said my gay thing.
Yeah,
then,
you don't.
It's just.
And then did you see his face when it turned out that it wasn't an actual real gay thing?
Aaron turned him down.
He was heartbroken.
He looked genuinely disappointed.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why it was one of my favorite episodes of the season.
It's a fucking great episode, just seriously. I mean, Edlund.
But, oh crap, I forget who brought it up, but we need to talk a little bit about the Canadian media.
Oh, yes.
With its TV Guide.
Oh god, do we have to talk
TV
about
Guide
Canada?
TV Guide Canada.
About Canada.
Oh my god, guys. Literally, the picture literally looks like a fandom-made Destiel graphic.
I just literally think they have a Destiel shipper working there, and that's what's happening.
I think they realised what they latched onto, and now they're just like, okay, you like this, you can have more of this.
Yeah, I'm kidding, of course, about the shipper thing, because there's some, like, teeny tiny mistakes in their articles all the time, and I don't think a shipper would have made those mistakes, but it's really obvious that, recognition is nice. Even it doesn't guarantee anything. It's not even a super serious thing, but, a year ago, this wouldn't have happened.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was literally Dean and Cass in the middle, one of them's injured. They're just, have their arms wrapped around each other, and it's just, a quote talking about the intimacy of their relationship. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to read the thing because when we left last week, I had to go to fair, so I didn't get to read it. But I heard the gist of it, and I want to know how people try to defend the fact that Destiel wasn't an actual recognizable thing. How are people able to defend that point at this point, given all of this stuff? How do you guys think?
At this point, I think it's just really hard because Destiel has gotten acknowledgement not only from all parties involved in making it, but also, in the media. They could still say that neither Misha nor... no, wait, that's not even actually right now. Now we only have, Jensen, who has never said anything, explicitly romantic-oriented about Destiel, because Misha opened his big mouth last week.
What about Jared?
Jared, there has been some trolling. Remember that picture on Twitter when he posted Misha and Jensen sitting together drinking wine, and the comment was something like, here's what you all have been waiting for?
Oh, yeah. It's just...
So, yeah.
And honestly, I don't think Jensen is the kind of person who would just go around and say the things that Misha is saying.
Yeah. He is Jensen, isn't Misha.
There was Jared joking around with the laundry scene as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Talked about shirtless, almost naked Cass.
God. Oh, God. I couldn't function when I saw that scene. I couldn't. When I saw that video, I remember just sitting there on my computer, just my mouth was hanging open, my body was throwing a fit. Yeah.
Your body was ready.
It was not time for me to see that yet.
Yeah, no, I felt like I was in some sort of surreal dream, because imagine 2 weeks ago someone tells you that, you're gonna open your browser to GIFs and videos of Castiel in his boxers, and that's it.
Can I just say that Castiel has went from being the character that has barely ever taken their clothes off to being the most naked character that we've ever had on the show?
Yeah. And that's amazing.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, you guys, his physique.
I think if there's any sort of way to show character development, it's the naked development.
The naked development, yeah. Misha's physique is amazing, and he has clearly been working out, because his biceps were not that big a year ago.
Oh,
absolutely not.
He's no dainty little angel anymore. So if I hear fanfics describe him as such again, I'll be like, point at this gift. Does those look like dainty arms to you?
Yeah. I mean, oh god, yeah. And can we talk about the whole quarters thing with the washing machine where he has to? I do think he was picking between getting his clothes washed and getting food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of heartache seeing him struggle with those first steps of humanity.
I feel really sad for him, because.
Well, who doesn't?
He scraped his hand on the concrete and said, "It hurts."
But and that's the thing. Did anyone else notice that he didn't even look actually hurt or anything? He was just sort of like, "Wow, that hurts."
Yeah, really confused.
OMG, guys, my hand hurts. This is like a first. It was like the baby, and he looked like the baby discovering his hand for the first time. Has anyone ever seen that video? Not to call Cass a baby or anything, but he's just like, wow, pain.
It's like, which this is a new sensation.
Yeah.
But and I'm gonna go ahead and address something that was wank too.
Oh god.
But everyone was worried about the angel girl he stumbled upon. I'm here to tell you guys, I'm 99% sure that was Hael, and I don't think they're going to make Castiel pair with someone in a teenage vessel.
I was incredibly worried about that, but then I was like, wait a second. First of all, this is his sibling, so they're not going to do that. Second of all, when Kaleb told me that, I was like, oh yeah, she's a teenager, so I think they'd get a lot of backlash for that. So that's not going to happen.
Absolutely, guys. Can we just please stop assuming... look, we have absolutely no reason to fear at this point that every female character ever that gets introduced is a love interest, because that has stopped. Mm-hmm. How many... It happened in certain episodes in Season 8, and even then it didn't happen, crudely.
Wait! Oh my god. Apparently, according to Michelle, she's only in it for one episode. What if Cass has to watch his sister die a human death?
No.
Yeah, because right. You know where he's talking to her just after the car crash? What looks like a car crash. It looks like her legs are bent backwards.
Oh.
Ow.
Like someone said it looks like a mild sprain. I'm like, are you joking? It looks like her knees. There's blood all over her legs, and her knees look like they're bent the wrong way. She can't even stand up, so I'm pretty sure she's going to bleed out, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm very afraid, because first of all, I'm pretty sure...
I really don't want the fandom to attack every new female that's introduced.
Can we not? Can we not? I mean, seriously. Can I say this again? We do not have reason to worry that every new female character that gets introduced is going to be reduced to a love interest. That hasn't been happening. Seriously. And then... Yeah, even if her legs are bent backwards, we do know that angels will partially retain their abilities.
Apparently,
maybe
the
she-
bone sticking out of her leg, though,
Oh,
is
God.
agreeing with me. Is it just
So
like
maybe-
mild sprain?
So maybe she can heal herself.
Mhm.
I-
Actually, hold on. I want to know, Michelle, where did you get that information? Because I thought she was going to stay on for quite a bit longer.
I am very prepared for her. I'm very prepared for her to die because honestly, I'm kind of excited for her to die. Not because she's a female character dying, but because I want Castiel.
Fuck
I just want Castiel to have to die, have one of his siblings die in his arms.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
because
want
that
him to-
hasn't happened enough.
Yeah.
I want him to.
Well, I want it to
realise-
happen again.
I want him to realize sort of the gravity of what's happened. Like, he's human now, they're human. You know, they can die human deaths. Because I think what they're getting at is some of the angels have retained some of their powers. So I think like some will be able to heal, some will be able to do this and that. But maybe not all of them can heal. So maybe she can't heal. So she's got a bone sticking out of her leg. Maybe she's just keeping herself alive. But I don't think she can heal that.
And for everyone who's yelling out Samandriel in the chat, I don't really count Samandriel as much because I don't even think I don't think he got any character development enough for his death to be actually.
I actually have to disagree. I think there wasn't a lot of on-screen development, but it's clearly implied that they had a long history together.
And
I don't-
that's like Cass wasn't really with it when Samandriel died.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
and that's
Didn't
another
really
thing. Like,
impact him in
and that's
full.
and like as someone who was watching, first of all, I didn't really feel any sort of gravity with Samandriel's death, just because I really didn't give two shits about Samandriel. But with and also Castiel wasn't even really in his right mind with Samandriel's death. Like, he's probably obviously going to feel guilty about it, but what I'm trying to say is it's going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot different when you're human and the angel sibling you're traveling with is mostly human, and they're going to die, and you're actually going to see them die in your arms in a completely different way than what you're used to. Because human deaths and angel deaths are different.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
there's not going to be any angel marks.
What?
What?
How
There's
does that
not
make
going to be any
sense?
burnt wings on the ground.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's because all their wings burned off when they were falling from the sky.
Yeah.
So
But it's just, I think
You know
the
what?
first. Yes.
I got the impression that they were like injured when they fell, and that's how Hael broke her legs.
yeah, that's what I got.
So I'm like, did
No,
half the
she-
angels
no.
just die?
She gets catapulted through the car window.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, because
You know
there
when
was a
Cass
scene like
looks
a
through a
car
broken
crash.
window? Yeah, it looks like Cass grabs the wheel and then they hit a tree or
Yeah.
something and she goes flying through the window.
Yeah,
And it's just
I was
Cass
gonna
I have
gonna
a,
say like it looks like Cass's first attempt at driving.
I have a question.
That's horrible.
I
sorry.
have a small question. I have a question. What do angels have inside now? Like, do they have a fractured form of a grace? Do they have a soul? Like, how are these fallen angels going to recognize one another? Are they just going to know each other based off their vessels?
They're gonna have a
I don't think
handshake.
they will recognise each other.
They're going to have a
They're gonna have a
handshake?
handshake, yeah. Oh God, I would think that they would have retained some like some like remainder of their grace, not an actual legit grace, because
What if
it's
they
basically
just like how we
minus
saw-
the wings.
Yeah, just how we saw in
Okay.
Anne, right?
Yeah, it's
because
like, okay, they still have their grace. So, on the theory that we had of it being sort of the electrical energy type thing, maybe angels can still feel the energy coming off other angels, even though they're still trapped in the vessels.
But it's gonna be different for Cass because we literally saw Cass get his entire grace like sucked out of him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any grace, and that begs the question: if he is literally just this empty like shell of a human of whatever he is now, does that mean he's soulless? What does that even mean for him now? I don't know what to call Cass anymore because he's not human, but he's also not a completely fallen angel just because his grace was completely taken out of him. So yeah, he's a fallen angel, but he doesn't have anything inside now. What is he?
Yeah,
And if
Cass
he's
is
a full
full
human,
human.
did he just randomly sprout a soul?
I'm not sure how it works. Maybe it's like a seed of a soul, basically. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And he has to
I
sort of grow his own soul type thing.
don't know how it's working with Cass,
Like
because
a chia pet.
Cass literally felt very differently from everyone else. So it's sort of just like, was he really able to sort of grow his own sort of soul when he was turned into a human? Did his body
Or
just
maybe he
like
already
go
had a
into
soul.
soul mode?
What if he already had a soul?
I actually always had this theory that like angels started out having souls, and then God put like a piece of himself in each angel, and that's what turned their souls into grace.
Izzy just made a good point. But Metatron insinuated that he'd go to heaven when he died, and you need a soul to get into heaven,
Soul,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking
true.
is that there was a part of Castiel that sort of bonded with Jimmy's body when Jimmy's soul left it, and that sort of became the soul in that body. That's basically like the main, like a human soul, like a human life. It is what Castiel is in terms of thinking, actions, while his grace contains all of his supernatural abilities. So when his grace was taken out, that part was left, and that's just Cass.
I'm really hoping that they do address this, because according to Ashley, Metatron said he had a soul, but still, according to how the show presented itself and presented angels, it made them seem like they didn't have a soul; they just had grace. So I'm really hoping that that they do address this and they do explain this.
Oh, but Cass came off the line with a crack in his chassis.
He what? What's a chassis?
Oh my god, a chassis. Oh, never mind. Basically, Naomi said that Cass came off the production line with a crack.
Yeah, I know. I know what a chassis is. I was joking.
Why are you even saying that? It's a canon line. It's so. What if a human? Yeah, what if a human soul was classed as a sort of a defect?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that does make sense. But yeah, Tom's got a point. Angels predate souls.
Yeah.
So it's sort of just
a lot of speculation.
There is tons of speculation, and no one knows what's happening. And hopefully, the show talks about it. So I clapped. That was
okay. I was going to say, do all angels predate
finality?
Souls?
What'd you say?
I was going to say, if do all angels predate souls, or is Cass being one of the youngest angels? Maybe he was like a new type of angel type thing.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
He was the one with the first soul.
But that's the thing. I honestly don't know what angels like. Well, did it say in the shows that like I don't understand. There's a lot about angels that we don't understand, and I'm hoping we get to learn more about them.
If angels predated souls, then where'd the source of power for heaven come from before that?
Maybe there wasn't a heaven.
Guys, I'm just gonna have to say suspension of disbelief. That's what the show would probably tell you. It's just that the fandom likes to really get into these things.
Yeah, we've got like, but it's an interesting topic, but it's a topic we could literally talk about for like 5 hours, because there's legitimate. We know very little about the angels in the show. So we honestly
I'm hoping that's one of the things that'll happen with this season, is that we're going to learn like a ton more about them.
Yeah, I'm hoping that when we actually go into the show, that we're going to learn a lot more about angels, because they're actually going to be everywhere now. We're not going to have to depend on angels coming down from heaven and fighting, and we're not going to have to depend about Castiel being of right freaking mind to do anything. We're going to actually have angels. We may get a glimpse into the history of some angels. We may get an angelic villain giving a dramatic monologue about what he hates about angels like Castiel. It's just, there's so many things that could happen, and let's just hope and pray that the amazing team on Supernatural this season will be able to talk about it all. Which they probably won't be able to, but that's why we have Season 10.
All right, let's go to another subject.
Yeah, because we have a lot of fandom news. It's fabulous. So, what's next? Misha's video for Enduring for Kindness is out, and everyone, I think, has enjoyed watching Misha strip and dive.
Yes.
Which is, he has totally been working out for the next season. Yeah. And if anyone doesn't know what Enduring for Kindness is, it is a charitable event that is hosted by Misha's charity, Random Acts, where basically it takes place this year on the weekend of the 2nd and 3rd November. And basically what you can do to participate is you pick an activity and you do that activity literally as long as you can physically manage in that day. Like, remember when Misha ran 80 kilometers? Was it 80 kilometers? Yeah, I think so. That's what he was doing. He was participating in Enduring for Kindness by running. So basically, if you want to participate, you pick an activity and you register on the website and you go for it. And then people can donate money sort of for your progress. So, like, the more you can encourage people to donate money to encourage your progress, sort of like that. So, and all the money goes to Random Acts. Which, by the way, you should totally... I don't know. I'm gonna try and participate. I don't know. Mapal, I think you were gonna try.
No, I was being pestered into doing 24 hours of sex.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I had about 5 people sat there, and I was just like, no, I might be in Canada then. It's like, you should have sex for 24 hours. I'm just like, no.
I remember that, yes.
Apparently it's valid participation.
It's absolutely valid participation.
I know what I can endure for a long time. How about this 105-degree weather here in Washington? Just going outside. Jesus Christ.
Tom said chafing, and I second that.
Yes, chafing, just chafing.
I might actually have my parents sign the form in this because I have actually been really planning on trying to exercise more. So this is actually pretty good. I'm probably going to ask my parents to sign the consent form because I want to do it. I need.
Yeah, and that's. Yeah.
Oh God.
So you guys should totally suggest what I should do because I can decide.
Oh, that'll be fun. Pick Silven's fate.
Oh, totally. Oh my God. Yes, we should do that.
Does someone actually have to pick something for you to do? Because if I have to run, I'm not going to do it.
No, you pick. I can't decide, so I'm asking people.
I suck at running. I'm the worst person when it comes to running just because I'm not a walking type of person. I'm much more of like something like sit-ups or push-ups. I'm much better at those than I am at like getting up and actually having to jog.
I am horrible at running because I don't know how to conserve energy while running. I just like sprint like a wild person.
Then that's not running, that's sprinting.
Yeah.
Running and sprinting are two different things, Kaleb. Duh.
Oh God, come on, you two. So next thing we have some spoilers out for the 6th and 7th episode. We have a report from set of episode 6, which is called Dog Day in Afternoon, and there was a really interesting it looked like a really interesting sort of hidden bisexual reference, which I don't think many people expected it to actually play a part, but it's neat. It's from, oh God, what movie is that?
Dog Day Afternoon.
Dog Day Afternoon. Yeah.
Afternoon, yes. Where there's a bisexual protagonist named Dean.
Oh yeah, we talked about
yes.
We talked about that last week.
Jesus Christ, how more obvious can we get?
Yeah, so it's like it's super cute. It is. Turn out that it is a dog thing after all, because there have been reported scenes of Dean taking German Shepherd out of the backseat of the Impala, and then there's
no dogs in the Impala.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm really hoping Sam gets. What if Sam gets like turned into a dog?
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that happens.
And then there was a reported scene of Dean getting into a huge fight scene, possibly with a lot of dogs. So we have that.
This sounds like a filler episode. I was
It's
really
gonna be
hoping. What'd you say, Caleb?
I think it's gonna be he's gonna talk to the dog, and that's gonna be funny.
Oh! Go ahead,
We
Silven.
actually don't know which episode it is where Dean talks to animals, so anything is
one.
possible.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, everyone's putting their money on this one, but I don't know. Maybe there's gonna be another one where he
Well,
sings
there's
to birds.
those spoilers are just apparently Dean sort of apparently looking like he was talking to a dog in the backseat of the Impala, and he's hanging around with an Alsatian. So
Was like Sam anywhere near?
Yeah,
no.
Sam's acting double is reported to have had blood on his neck. So Sam
Yes.
gets injured, like in the neck area.
Oh, okay.
I
Supporting Shannon's theory, then maybe like he's gotten into a fight with another dog, and dogs go after each other's necks. In case you didn't realize that.
Yeah, they do. Like I always see whenever, like my dog, whenever he attacks me or he attacked Nikki, he would always go for our necks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a
Dogs
dog
do that
thing.
to each other, and
It's like I'm gonna bite out your jugular vein, motherfucker.
It's just really a show of dominance where they just like latch onto your neck and like push your head to the ground. It's like similar to how humans just like grab your head and push you to the ground. It's just like that.
I never grab someone's head when I fight them. I go straight for the groin.
Yeah, I go for the groin.
But then again, every time I do that, everyone says that I'm playing dirty. But I'm like, anything to get them down to the ground. But yeah, anyways, away from my fighting skills.
I'm almost hoping that there's going to be another episode where Dean would talk to animals, because I was hoping it was going to be like that they were going to Dr. Dolittle it a little more, that there were going to be various animals, and Dean was going to be like Snow White, just like talking to all the animals.
Princess Dean Winchester.
I'm kind of hoping they
Yeah.
do an Eliza Doolittle sort of thing. Like, because you would always see, like, if normal people caught Eliza Doolittle... Not Eliza Doolittle. What am I talking about? Why do I say Doolittle? Eliza Thornberry. I'm dumb. It's probably because y'all were talking about Doolittles. Anyways, Eliza Thornberry, whenever normal people would catch her talking to animals, she would always be talking, like, as the animals. Like, she'd be making the animal noises. I distinctly remember her trying to talk to the monkey, and then her making the monkey noises, and then her sister finding her and thinking she was a crazy-ass bitch. So I'm really hoping they'll do that with Dean. Like, he'll be talking to Dog Sam or whatever dog he brings into the Impala. He's just like, woof, 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 or something like that. And you just sort of get...
That'd be adorable.
I'm
And
just
also...
gonna imagine the bloopers for that.
Yeah. Didn't someone bring up, like, what is it called when the season isn't even out yet and you already want to see the bloopers?
That's what I said, because the season isn't out yet, but I already want to see the bloopers for some of the stuff we've already seen. Yeah.
And also, Tom has some clarification. The main character from Dog Day Afternoon wasn't necessarily bisexual. His lover was just a pre-op trans woman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
didn't he
no,
like
that doesn't...
go to rob a
that-
bank to pay for the...
Oh,
thing?
right. So, yeah, no, that doesn't really make him bi, though, then. Because, yeah. But,
But, I mean, just like a person who's open to queer people. So.
Open to sexuality, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still an interesting thing to think about.
Everyone
It's
say
an
bye to
interesting-
Ari. Bye, Ari. Have fun babysitting.
Have fun.
Bye, Ari. Anyways, and we have some little spoilers for episode 7 as well. Episode 7 will have the following characters. First is Nora. She is a caring, hardworking single mother and the owner of a gas station and convenience store, possibly recurring. And then we have Ephraim, a creepy supernatural entity who believes he is on a mission to help mankind, but has power that can be used for evil. So,
Ooh,
there is that.
those two characters sound really interesting. Like, Nora
Yeah.
Nora kind of sounds like an Ellen sort of character, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that if she is that sort of character, that they don't make her exactly like Ellen was. Or maybe, like, they try and... If she ends up being recurring, they try and make her sort of like the mother figure to the Winchesters again, but not the exact same way Ellen does.
Like, I can't wait to see Nora because I have such respect for single mothers.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, and I do miss an Ellen type character. Again, not exactly like Ellen, as Shannon says, but just
like a mama bear trope.
Yeah, but like a recurring female character who would be on the side of the boys and would we do have Judy Mills though, and she will return as far as we know, so that's good too. That's really awesome.
I feel like I lost my train of thought. With Carver and the writing team, I feel like we are probably going to we will most likely get a better treatment of women. I hope we do, but I'm not automatically saying, oh, women are going to get treated better because, as I said, I have not watched. As I said many times before, I have not watched the season, but it seems like we're getting a lot more female characters that aren't written as extensions to the boys.
Yeah, I'm feeling very hopeful.
Yeah, and I actually think that Season 8 has been really good in that sense. I mean, we got recurring female characters who definitely don't fit that mothers, sisters, and lovers paradigm.
Paradigm?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I said paradigm too once.
Shut up! It's not my native language, it's how you say it in Russian.
Paradigm.
Don't make fun of her.
I suck today.
I'm not meaning to, I swear. It's just the word paradigm is so funny sounding.
I know! That's how you say it in Russian, exactly like that.
Paradigm. Okay, I can say paradigm in Russian, paradigm.
Just like dog.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay. I want to talk about something that's been really sort of bothering me. Something that I think we could all speculate about for a little while. Remember when we were watching the promo of season 9 and you saw Death coming back and you saw him coming for Sam?
Oh Jesus! Get away from my moose!
I am so hoping that something happens and Sam gets this arc with Death. I want Sam to have this sort of thing, like, I want Sam to have to do something for Death to maybe, like, maintain his life. I don't know. I'm really excited to see that. Can we talk about that for a little while?
We can definitely talk about that. There was a scene of Dean summoning something. There was some sort of ritual in the preview for the season, and Dean was saying, "This is Dean Winchester." And somehow the way he was saying it, I felt like he was summoning an entity that he had already, had contact with, and I am thinking that he could be actually summoning Death. And the reason why he would be doing it is obviously because Sam is kind of half dying there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he needs to find a way to make him better.
Whoa. Something just
whoa.
What?
Remember when we got the spoiler that Dean's gonna have, like, some secret to keep from Sam?
Yeah,
what if he makes a deal with Death?
Oh God! Okay, no.
I just had a thought.
Oh God!
God.
Go, Maple.
What if Death is in Sam's head and Death has basically come to reap him personally because Sam's basically such a high priority, and Dean finds out from this angel guy that Sam's basically going to die in a minute, sort of thing. So Dean then goes and makes a deal with Death to stop it happening.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because it's actually quite likely.
No. I refuse. I am so freaking sick and tired of these two dumbasses thinking that they can make these stupid deals with these supernatural creatures, and then later they decide, oh no, and then later it all comes out and they're like, we have to fight this. And I am not going to deal with Dean having a depressing death like he did in season 3. If this happens, I am going to kick Maple in the face.
Across the ocean.
Yes. With Tom, it looks like the same sort of dream sequence. Like the light coming in through the windows behind Sam looks like the same light where Dean was arguing with Sam. That is clearly a dream sequence. So I'm guessing it's going to be in Sam's head. And I'm guessing Death comes to take Sam.
You know what would be really cool? Like, what if, like, we go through all the motions, and it's close to Dean's time of death, and then, like, Sam decides he wants to do something for Death, and he, like, asks Death if he can be a Reaper or something.
Oh, yeah.
In the place of, like, in the place of Dean dying, he just decides he's going to actually work for Death for the rest of eternity and become a Reaper. Even though I don't think that would happen, but it'd be something that would be interesting. It would piss a lot of people off, but it would still just be, I think it'd be pretty cool to explore. But I honestly,
a good plug bunny.
Like,
For,
could you?
A fanfic.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, anything could happen. I just don't want anyone to die this season. No one died last season. No one died last season.
Hold on. Well, didn't I just recall you wanting Kyle to die?
Okay, I don't want a major character to die this season. I'm used to side characters dying. Side characters dying to me is like insulting Mapal. It's just natural.
Thank you. I love you too. Luckily for you, at that exact moment, I was swallowing medication.
I'm actually going to say this. I am against Dean making a deal for Sam again. Because that has happened so often in this freaking show.
Yeah,
there's always...
Unfortunately, though, all the clues point to it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it right now. If that does happen, I'm not angry right now, but if that does happen, then yes, I'm going to be angry. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Dean's going to make a deal. I don't think Dean's going to make a deal. And to answer Kirsten, how does the angel in the hospital tie in? I'm guessing it's Ezekiel in it, and I'm guessing he's going to sort of put Dean into Sam's mind, I should say.
Yeah.
So Dean can dream more.
It was unfortunate. We didn't see a lot of Ezekiel.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, someone in the chat mentioned bringing back Adam.
No.
No, let's not go there. Anyway, what I'm going to say is that if they are theoretically going to repeat an exact situation that happened before, the only reason why they're going to do it is that they can show off the character development that happened in, since the last time it happened. So if a situation comes up where Dean makes a deal for Sam, that type thing, I think that the only way it would make most sense is if they show that their relationship has progressed and that Dean is not the same Dean that he used to be, and that he's going to be smarter about it this time.
Yeah. I don't think Dean's going to make a deal with Death. I think he's honestly just going to talk to Death.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But that's the thing. But okay, that's the thing. I know a lot of people have this thing where they think that Dean and Death could be friends, and I'm not saying that's what you guys think.
No.
But I honestly think that if Death is going to take Sam, that unless Dean can offer him something up that's going to help him restore the shitty balance that the world is currently in right now. Because I'm pretty sure that the angel's falling and, basically the universe completely falling to shit right now. I'm pretty sure that's affecting everywhere. It's not just affecting, the humans. So I'm pretty sure Death is trying to clean things up, which could be why he's going to Sam personally. He could be trying to fix everything that's happening by himself. So I'm pretty sure that Dean's going to have to do something big if he wants Death to do anything. He can't just talk to him. I'm sorry, I don't think Death cares enough. He just wants to get things fixed.
Yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
I don't think Dean's going to make a deal. I think it's more going to be a case of buying time for Sam or something like that. But I honestly don't think they're going to make another deal because that is just so overused now.
Oh yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, we already know that we're getting a sort of arc where one of the brothers is keeping one from the other, and I'm already getting a sort of side.
A secret from Sam.
I'm getting this sort of side eye for that already. So I'm really just hoping that if they're going to bring back all of these old things, then they'll do what Silven said, and they'll show that they're not doing it the same way that they've been doing it. There's going to be something different about them because they have grown as characters. Season 8 showed that they grew as characters. And I think it would be really shitty writing if they just completely went back and did the things that they did in the earlier seasons.
Yeah.
So I'm going to remain optimistic until it actually happens. If it happens the exact same way it happened in season 2 and 3, and in season just no, just no.
Again, this is all speculation. We don't know anything for sure.
All speculation. I am not angry at the show right now. I promise. So no one else should be angry either because we don't know what's happening. Well, I can't tell you what you should be, but you know what I mean.
And also, this Ephraim character, his only description is a creepy supernatural entity. So what could that possibly mean?
He could be me.
It could be you.
I don't know.
I think he's going to be an important arc character because it sounds like he's going to be.
I am really hoping that he's he's either going to be a monster that we haven't seen before, or he's going to be a different sort of demon/angel that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
I really hope so, because we haven't. All we've been getting are just demons and angels and ghosts. I really want to get into more variety.
Well, that's the thing with this show. You can actually really notice the how the show has changed. Like you had in seasons 1 and 2 and 3, you had season 1 had monsters and a demon, one demon. And besides, and when I say demon, I mean big demon. I don't mean that stupid demon that, went into the pupils of your eyes, and that's not, no.
The plane?
Yeah, the Phantom Traveler, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, and then you had season 2, and that definitely brought in more demons, and more, and the Special Children. I really loved the Special Children arc. That was pretty cool. But then you had season 3, where it was, all demons all the time. Demon this, demon that. Let's add some motherfucking demons.
The quote from Carver was, sorry, just to bring it up again quick. Dean is going to have to make some very, very crucial decisions very early in the season that are essentially going to drive the mythology for the rest of the year. That doesn't sound like a deal. That sounds like unleashing something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh, that could be Ephraim. Ephraim. Yeah. Or, we'll call him Effie. That could be Effie.
It's Ephraim.
Okay, and
also,
go ahead. Silven.
Ephraim sounds like a very biblical name for an entity, and we have been promised a lot of biblical references, so I'm thinking
look him up.
Something, do that. It's something along those lines.
Oh, okay. Something from the book of Genesis popped up.
Okay, hold on.
Ephraim, according to the book, this is on Wikipedia, so everyone can check this in Bibles. They can check it in whatever they would like, but I trust Wikipedia. Ephraim was, according to the book of Genesis, the second son of Joseph and Asenath. Asenath is an Egyptian woman whom Pharaoh gave to Joseph as wife. Okay, this isn't anything that they could probably use in the show.
Wait, hold on. I feel like this needs to be addressed. Michelle is worrying about Nora being a love interest.
Okay, can I say something?
Go ahead.
A lot of people... What did Michelle actually say? I have a feeling... I think
Nora sounds like Lisa. I have a feeling she's a potential love interest.
I don't think she's going to be a love interest because the only reason Lisa was a love interest was because, one, it was heavily hinted that Ben was Dean's son. Two, they had already had a past. Mm-hmm. So I guess the writers, when they brought up Lisa, felt like they didn't really need very much writing when it came to pairing Dean with Lisa because, they have a past and all that and everything. So I don't think they're going to introduce this character. And I feel like the only way she's going to have a sort of love interest potential is if she knows the boys, and I don't think that she does, considering she doesn't sound vague. She doesn't sound like she knows anything about the supernatural. I feel like she's going to be this strong. She sounds to me like she's this strong female character that probably gets thrust into a supernatural life by protecting her child. That's what she gets.
And I feel like everyone needs to adopt the mentality instead of potential love interest until proven otherwise. I think we need to reverse that thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Because look, on the one hand, yes, I understand why people are thinking of that because they're afraid that they're just going to be reduced to that and they want to see good female characters. But guys, there is a very significant mentality of being preemptively angry at a female character because she could possibly sleep with one of the main characters and make you jealous and iffy. That's just no.
Yeah, guys.
We gotta throw that shit out.
Okay. This is, like, I see this a lot. Like, every time I find out there's a new female character getting introduced in Season 9, I always get very afraid. Because a lot of people... and honestly, I really don't blame the fandom, because this is literally all you guys have to go on, because honestly, the only time we've ever had positive female characters, the first time we had positive female characters in a long time was in Season 8, where we had, like, a lot of them. We had a few...
7.
And 7 with Jodie, and, and Charlie. Whatever. We know Charlie. Charlie's just a given. We don't even have to mention Charlie anymore. She's just there. And anyway, so I feel like a lot of people, they don't mean to when they do it, because literally it's all they have to go on. Like, when you read her description, yeah, the single mother part does make her sound a lot like Lisa. But nothing else to me resonates as Lisa-ish. Lisa wasn't a character, in my opinion. She wasn't that great of a character because we literally never learned anything about her. But everyone's comparing characters like Nora to Lisa because it's literally you guys literally have nothing else to compare her to. You've only got the women that the show has had in the past, and the show hasn't treated women very well in the past. So everyone's automatically afraid. They're automatically just like, oh no, female! Vagina, no! It's sort of just like...
But yeah, I feel like we need to... It's a new season. We've seen some very good writing development happening, and I feel like we need to not shout love interest at the sight of any female.
Yeah, and
can I just say, like, everyone bitches at the powers that be for reducing women to love interest. Well, can the fandom please stop doing it as well?
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, I mean, like... I remember I've read lots of places where a lot of the reason that they reduce women to this is because early in the earlier seasons when they tried to introduce female characters, the fandom was just like no.
Yeah, can we not repeat the Bella Talbot thing?
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. And
I loved Bella. I'm sorry. I loved her, but the fandom hated her so much they had to kill her off, and that made me so upset.
And
yeah,
I'm not...
I didn't like her. I just didn't like her, to be honest. It wasn't a personal thing. I just really didn't like her.
And you know what? I'm not saying...
She was one of those gray characters, and I really like gray characters.
Hey, can I say one last thing? Just one last thing?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that one side is more guilty than the other. No. The fandom is guilty of reducing women to stuff just as much as the writers are. And it's because in the beginning, when female characters were introduced, a lot of people just were like, no. And so they thought, well, if they're going to treat these female characters like that, then we probably shouldn't keep on adding female characters, because a lot of them thought the majority of the fandom didn't like that these female characters were getting in the way of the brothers. So they just wrote all these female characters in and were just completely ready to throw them out the window. And the fandom has done a really great job in perpetuating that, because literally every female character that we get, there is always someone bitching and moaning rather loudly that it is a female character. And I'm not saying any of you guys do it, but a lot of people do. Like, I mean, I get so tired when I hear people freak out over vaginas.
Yeah.
They're vaginas, guys. It doesn't make them any less of a character. If you would embrace these female characters more, then maybe we would have more.
Get to stay around.
Can I just say that this general thing is a mentality. This is not entirely related, but I feel like it's relevant, and I don't know if I'll get wanked for this, but oh well, because, like, I got a message once basically from a person saying that they don't want Dean to be bisexual. Like, it was a female. Oh, a woman. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I can't talk today. I don't know what's up with my brain. It was a woman who wrote the message who said that, she doesn't want Dean to be bisexual because if Dean is with a man, she can't imagine herself with Dean, like in sex scenes and stuff.
Oh my god.
And can I just say, guys, this is another side of like sort of objectifying a female character kind of from the inside by turning a female character into a sort of power fantasy. Can we just like consciously see when we're turning a female character's function into that and stop it? Because the minute you see that as the main function of a female character, she becomes Bella Swan.
Ooh, I can actually speak firsthand with this because my mom literally told me the exact same thing. She said that she does not want Dean to be with a man, that she does not want him to be bisexual at all, because then how is she going to be able to make him the object of her fantasies? Yes, that was a conversation I had with my mother.
Can I just say, this should not be a priority for anyone, period.
I mean, I don't want to be an MRA and shout out misandry, but I mean, like, just let's not objectify both parties, please.
Yeah, because like, it doesn't seem like an entirely bad thing at first, because female sexuality is something that is generally very frowned upon still in society, and it's like important for women to have venues where we can express our sexuality, but the way of doing it through this is not, it's not going to make it better. It's not which we should strive for, because what it leads to is like 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight.
And to Tom, who was like, wow, because bisexual men don't like women too. Oh, Tom, no.
Yeah.
It's not that.
No.
They totally can. It's just that when they do, it automatically makes the men dirty because their penises have been inside of another man's butt. That's what my mom says.
I think he was just being sarcastic.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was being sarcastic, too.
Oh, okay.
Because, obviously, man likes man, can't like woman. It's a funny thing is that I would say that this mentality is even more widespread than homophobia, like, even where I live. Because, like, monosexism is so much bigger for some reason, I can't even understand this. But, I think that monosexism is one of the biggest reasons why people oppose bisexuality in the first place.
It's just, I get really weirded out when I hear people tell me something like that. I'm just when I say weirded out, I mean when I just don't. I guess I just lose that understanding. Like if you're going, like I can obviously you can have sexual fantasies that include being with a character. But the character's sexuality honestly shouldn't make a difference what your sexual fantasy is. Like, and I'm not saying it's great to objectify characters, but it does happen. Everyone has fantasies.
Yeah.
Everyone. There's not one of us on here that hasn't gone and read a really nice, smutty fanfic, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
no, I'm too pure for that.
Oh my god.
Especially you, Kaleb.
So I feel like it's really annoying when people say, oh, well, if they're like this in the show, then we obviously can't write fanfic and have fantasies about them. No, that's not true. I've seen lots of things where there can be an entirely straight character completely changed to just fit someone's fantasy. And you can do that. It's great. But don't let it get in the way of the actual show.
Yeah,
Don't let it get in the way of the characters. Don't let it get in the way of just stop it all.
Yeah. Can I just say that like the deep inner reason why this happens is because women are provided very few venues where we get to healthily experience and live out our sexual fantasies, because the majority of the porn industry is very largely male oriented, and the majority of the movie industry also is. So when you get something like this that is meant to even slightly cater to that, women grab onto it. It's not their fault. They don't mean to do something bad by it, because we got nothing.
Yeah, it's just like I didn't know about any of this until like last year. Really, like last 3 years, I've been on a real exploration here.
Yeah.
So
and like the primary
we don't get
reason.
This material.
Yeah, and like the primary reason why this happens is because we're put in environment like this in the first place. So I absolutely don't mean to be misogynistic by saying like, oh, it's the women's fault that, like, no, it's not. But it is a thing that happens.
it's everyone's fault. And like a lot of people will say, well, people who are actually in the LGBT circle don't do that stuff. That is bullshit. There are just as many gay and lesbian people that are completely monosexist that it's sad. Like it's so sad because you see it all the time. Like I remember seeing a post on Tumblr where it was, guys, would you ever date someone who is bisexual? And you had all of these guys saying, no, I wouldn't because it doesn't exist. Or no, because they're confused. They obviously don't know. Like, ew, why would I want to let something fuck me that's fucked a vagina? It's just, what the fuck is...
I'm very concerned because I have a best friend, and he said something to me that I about smacked him for. He said, don't ever believe someone when they say they're bisexual or lesbian. It's not real. I'm like, ooh, boy, you're looking for a second.
Oh my god. And for bisexual women...
I corrected him so fast. It was a whiplash.
Can I just say that for bisexual women, it is the other side of the coin, literally, because bisexual women get objectified and are viewed as more sexually desirable because we are expected to cater to... We're expected to be there to cater to straight men's fantasies about having sex with two women, because obviously we're bisexual, so we're there to do that.
And I honestly...
just...
I don't understand how you've got minorities like people, like gay people, like lesbians, like everyone who's in the actual LGBTs, all these circles, how they can go and they can make a part of what is supposed to be their actual community feel like shit. Like I have seen stories on Tumblr where bisexual people honestly feel awful in the LGBT community because they don't get any representation. And then when they ask for representation, it's just sort of like, why? It's,
Guys,
just as bad for anyone who's...
What do you think the B in LGBT is?
Yeah, but it's just the same, like, with anyone who's, like, grey A, asexual, demisexual, anything like that. They don't accept it. They don't. Trust me, they really don't. And it's really quite sad. I mean, a few will. But I've seen some horrific attitudes towards trans people, bi people from the, well, you know, LGBT community, which is basically just
another thing I want to bring up is that I had no idea that the A in LGBTQIA wasn't asexual. It's ally.
I've always thought it's asexuals, because
I thought it
I'm
was asexual too, but apparently it's ally. I'm like, why?
That's bullshit.
LGBT, where the B is made up and the T doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And asexual doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So, we've got really off topic.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is an important thing to talk about.
But we got off topic.
Yeah.
But really, it's an important thing to talk about because this show, it's obviously about Supernatural, but it's always...
Hold on. Lauren, I is intersex. Right?
Yeah, I is intersex.
Intersex, yeah.
Which is nice to have that. But I don't know why they don't just really put the plus on there, and I don't know, it's...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everyone gets offended over something.
This is a queer rage edition, according to Tom.
Exactly, and can I just say I like this because we are a podcast that's not just a supernatural podcast, but we're a podcast that is a queer-oriented supernatural podcast.
We are a very queer podcast, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. We really are.
We're literally 100% queer.
And, like, I mean, sometimes a lot of people, I can understand if some people do kind of get annoyed with us because sometimes we do go off on tangents like this. But honestly, when you really think back to it, we always do this because of stuff on the show. All this stuff happens because we notice it in the show, and the show makes us talk about media, and media makes us talk about people, and then that whole people thing goes off the rails because, honestly, people. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, apparently, Izzy said that the A is asexual, but straight people like to make it about them and say, oh, it's ally.
Oh, right. Well, okay, let's put it this way about being off topic and not really being off topic, because still in the subject of Supernatural, the B doesn't exist and the T doesn't exist, and it should, and they should sort of acknowledge that more. But at least we have lesbians now, you know. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we always have lesbians. Lesbians are in everything.
Yeah, but lesbians are in everything. Oftentimes they're in something because they're meant to cater to the male gaze.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the difference.
Can I just say, women who are queer women cut through that bullshit right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really what I loved about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, when my cousin told me there were going to be lesbians in it, I was like, oh, great. Now I'm going to have to deal with, like, two women constantly trying to paw at each other. But no, I watched Buffy, and Tara and Willow had one of the most real relationships in the entire show. Like, their relationship had so much more gravity than any relationship Buffy had ever been in.
There's a big misconception, at least I have received, that people don't think gay men, like, appreciate lesbians. And I'm like, that is so wrong.
I appreciate lesbians. I love lesbians. They're so much fun.
Like, I used to watch a show called Pretty Little Liars. There's, like, a lesbian character, and she has lesbian romances, and I thought it was adorable.
Really, Kaleb? A lesbian character has lesbian romances?
Gosh, who would have thought it?
Well, you know, like Charlie, a lot of lesbian characters are left romanticless.
But Charlie's not necessarily romanticless.
Oh, Charlie gets it all the time.
Yeah. Can I just say, the thing I was afraid most before I had watched LARP and the Real Girl was the fact that, you know, I wasn't expecting them to give Charlie the kind of romance that caters to the male gaze, because I think better of Supernatural, but I was still, like, subconsciously afraid of it, because to me, as someone who has been objectified a lot in that sense, it's like the grossest things probably, like I legitimately want to puke. And I didn't feel like that at all, and it was amazing. I'm just so floored by that, and I worship Robbie Thompson basically, because he managed to take two conventionally attractive-looking female characters and show them, like, kissing each other and, you know, being romantic absolutely without making it look like they're catering to the male gaze.
Yeah,
It's a secret, but, you know, Robbie Thompson is my favourite person.
I really did enjoy that. I was like, oh wow, they're kissing, and it wasn't, and like I was so surprised because not because they were kissing, but because it wasn't like gratuitous. Kissing.
Yeah, exactly. It was. I was watching it, and it was just like exactly like, I don't know, if I myself went on a date or something like that. That's how things would go. Exactly how things would go. My date would wear a creepy mask with...
This is the difference between Silven and everyone else on Profound Radio. She would actually get to kiss her date, and we'd all, like, walk into our houses awkwardly after slapping someone in the head.
Like I'm trying to imagine now, like, Silven just swoon.
Credit the director. We owe a lot to the director, according to, like, Tom and Nevin said. Or Nevin? I'll call you Breeze, because your last name is Abrez, so I'm just going to call you Breeze.
Oh, also, hold on. Before we get to that, Lauren, I'm not trying to bash heteros. I'm just saying, just because you support queer people doesn't make you queer.
When she said that, I had a thought went through my head, and I literally just thought, I don't hate straight people. One of my best friends is straight. Which is true, but you know.
Yeah, no one here is like saying that straight people are no one here is saying straight people are terrible. We're not like that. We don't think that straight people are awful.
Fun fact.
Yeah, they're fine sometimes.
I just feel like asexuals should deserve the A in LGBTQIA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's nothing against sort of heterosexuals, because like I say, one of my best friends is straight, and this is important because he was also my sort of co-admin type thing for Soggy Sock at the university, which is a sexual orientation and gender identity society, and he basically helped me run the whole society when I had mental breakdowns, and he was absolutely fantastic. So, you know, kudos to him. He didn't care what your sexuality or gender was, and, you know, he was as straight as a die. So, you know.
And it's great when you have straight people who are defending you, who help us, who are actual allies, like genuine allies. Like, but when it comes to like the actual community, I consider them sort of part of the community. But the point is that the people who deserve representation are asexuals, because it's not necessarily too many allies that get as bashed as actual people in the community. I have seen much more hate towards an asexual person than towards an ally.
Yeah.
Well, it all comes down to the fact that LGBTQIA is a queer representation, and just because you're gay people doesn't mean you're queer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sort of why I sort of like, in the UK, we don't really use the term queer because it's a really sort of derogatory term, but I prefer to use the term queer because it's more of an all-encompassing thing than LGBT.
Yeah, we're taking the word back. That's why I don't have a problem with queer, because it's like we're taking the word back.
Yeah. I love the word queer because what it basically means is different from the norm. Mm-hmm. And that's why I love it so much, is because what unites all of us is that we're all different from the norm.
Yeah, and it's just
exactly, Lauren. Exactly, Lauren. There's not a lot of people who think asexuals exist, and because ally tries to take over the A in asexual and
it's not just that.
I think is destructive, because it makes them perpetuate the fact that they don't exist, which they do.
It's not just that. It's that society is so sexual. And,
guys, I have a great thing that someone sent our ass. Can I read it? It's Death Takes a Pickled Chip. They say, back to the queer rage issue. I've been with PR since the launch episode, and I remember questioning if I was going to listen at all, because as a queer person who comes to the issue of STL shipping and queer representation in the media from that perspective, I was worried about the show being a bunch of straight shippers evaluating these issues they don't particularly have the toolbox for. Anyway, I'm just glad at how wrong I was.
Sweetie, we're all in the same boat here. Absolutely.
Yes.
Honestly, I feel like if you're going to have a radio show like this, one that discusses shipping, one that discusses any sort of shipping, it needs to have a bunch of queer people in it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have a queer ship, then it only makes sense to talk to queer people.
And it's sort of this one thing. Like, this show wouldn't be good if we were all just gay/lesbian, and the show wouldn't be very good if we were all straight. But we have a great mixture of people. We have an asexual, we have two gay guys, we have Silven, and we have our guest.
Silven. Just like we have her.
Just Silven. Silven is actually in her own category. We don't even bother.
It's not even that. It's just that Silven encompasses such a wide range of things that I just don't have the.
Silven is just like the queerest queer of queer.
And it's okay.
Oh,
we also we have sort of an asexual going through a discovery phase here as well. It could be demisexual or grey A or something. I don't even know. So.
And that's another thing. Even if we don't have the asexual, we have someone who knows what it feels like to have been an asexual before coming into Discovery. So it's sort of just like everyone. There's
an asexual.
Nevin. She's just like, Silven is sexuality.
Everyone's like, I identify as Silven.
Oh, God.
Everyone, go on your blogs and just type in hi, I'm whatever my name is, and I'm Silven.
Mom, Dad, I'm Silven.
The Bible said Adam and Eve, not Adam and Russia.
Oh, God.
For the record, I didn't just randomly decide one day that I wasn't asexual.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I wasn't just once asexual. You know, for most of my life, I realised that I pretty much defined as asexual. And then suddenly, one day, someone got me so turned on, I didn't know what to do with myself, and I realised I was probably demisexual. So there you go.
Yeah, guys, and that's another thing. That's another thing we need to bring up one day. Everyone's sexuality is subject to change. I don't care what you've labeled yourself. Whatever makes your diddles did, just go with it.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Hey, Danny, you want to make my
Danny.
diddles do?
Uh,
Yeah, everyone. I actually agree with Gina or Gina. Everyone should identify as themselves. My sexuality is Shannon.
yeah.
Mapal's sexuality is Maple.
Oh, well,
Caleb's sexuality is Kate.
I want to be Silven. Silven looks fun. I want to be a Silven.
I'm Canadian sexual, apparently, so.
Oh god, yes. And this is actually like this whole discussion. I feel like it's totally not irrelevant to the theme of Supernatural, because the theme of, Dean getting introduced as a bisexual character is actually really it's in the same line of thought, because Dean is someone who was defined by so many fans for such a long time as heterosexual, and introducing him is something that he would have problems defining it, but it's not exactly really straight. It would be a really great lesson in the sense that, your perception of a character can change, and sexuality can change, even though, just a second, even though I don't think that, Castiel is the first dude he got attracted to. I just think he has a general attraction to dudes. But yeah, Maple, go ahead.
Yeah, and it ties in with Cass as well, and whatever, we're defining Cass as, and the fandom's trying to define him, but, I still think his sexuality is pretty fluid, to be honest, and pretty undefinable, so...
You see, it's sort of just... I don't understand people who think that just because you've labeled yourself as something before means it can't change later. Because sexuality is a really fluid thing. Like, I've heard stories of some people who were well in their late 30s before they even realized that they could someone of another gender. Even even senior citizens could realize that they might have a thing for someone else. It can just happen.
I know a guy who was married and, middle of his life he decided he was gay. Well, didn't decide, but, realized he was gay.
Well, I have a nice little story.
No one wants to hear you talk, Caleb.
I like to watch vloggers. And there's this particular couple named Chef, some numbers. But one of the dudes, it's a gay couple, or a same-sex couple, and one of the dudes in the relationship didn't even think he would ever have an attraction to another dude until he met this person. So who knows? Yeah. I mean, it's really hard for me to imagine right now ever being attracted to a female, but who knows? It could happen.
Anyway, yes, labels are silly, to summarize.
Guys, we have been quoted. We have been quoted. Caleb and I have. Destiny quoted us on her blog and said, "Mom, Dad, I'm Silven." And then she wrote me saying, "The Bible said Adam and Eve, not Adam and Russia." That's going to be my new thing. I'm saving that.
Oh, God.
I've finally been quoted.
You've been quoted before.
But I don't get quoted nearly as much.
And we both got quoted together.
Yeah. Thomas saying he hates the exception thing in terms of Dean Cass. And can I say I hate the exception thing too?
Me?
Because, look, incidental homosexuality is what it's called, is absolutely a thing. It's right there on the Kinsey scale, on which there's 7 positions for a reason. But when it comes to Dean and Cass, I feel like saying that Cass is Dean's exception is often a way to make Dean less queer, because then it's like the same as saying that Cass isn't really a dude, not for the purpose of, not for the purpose of gender variety and actually exploring Cass's gender, but for the purpose of making Dean less queer through that, because that's not really dude. It's like, no, guys, he's in a male body. That's how Dean perceives him. He has never seen Cass's true form. To him, Cass is in that body, and that body is the body of a really hot dude. So if that body makes him get it up, it's quite likely that he likes hot dudes. And I'm one of those people who has been interpreting Dean as bisexual for a really long time, since I started watching. And to me, he has shown signs of being attracted to men several times, and they were not with Cass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with Frankie on this, but the main question is do we trust SPN to make it a sexuality issue and deal with it in a respectful way?
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to deal with it, but they're not going to make it a huge thing. It's going to be something
that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's not going to be made, and that's a good thing. Like, I hate it in shows when people make it this huge deal, like, OMG, Stevie's gonna come out. Dun dun dun! It needs to not happen. If we want this to become a sort of... we want this to become a normal thing in television and in media, the thing we need to not do is try and give it this huge thing. We need to treat it like every other... character arc in a show.
Yeah, I'm with Tom here. He says, honestly, not wholly, but I'd like them to try. I feel about the same way. I'm a little nervous about them handling this issue because, of course, of their history. But I'm a little bit more hopeful because of Charlie and how they've been treating Charlie.
Yeah.
And the whole Cupid thing.
Go ahead, Silven.
Is it? Sorry. Sorry,
I was just thinking. I'll be really quick. I would like them all to see them try a little, also, because I would like them to say something. And also, can I just say, we have not seen a single episode from Robert Barons yet. I have no idea how it's ever going to play. But just
bring that up.
Yeah, the fact that we do have a gay dude in the writing room now, it soothes me a little. It soothes me a little because if there's, if it's a room full of straight people and there's something that doesn't sit well, there might be no one to actually bring that up. I'm not going to say, I have no idea what Robert's like in the writing room. Absolutely. I have no idea if it's even a thing, but knowing that if something especially outrageous, comes around, he's going to say, hey guys, this people are going to get really offended at this. It's soothing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we have no idea how he's actually going to handle things.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that everyone understands that we are not saying that he's going to be an amazing writer. Because I think you brought up Mark Gatiss last time, how he writes the most unrealistic gay things ever.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that if they do deal with this, then they'll at least try, and it's always nice when people try, but and obviously people are going to get offended, and I just really hope that they don't make it like a huge deal, and that they just make it sort of like it's just part of his character arc. I'm really hoping that they do something like that. Like I don't want it to be like this huge, fantastical storyline like you see in a bunch of other TV shows. It's just,
Yeah. But
Can we have something happy at the end of this broadcast and play the gag reel? Which we never discussed.
Oh my god, you didn't discuss the gag reel?
We forgot.
You know who else we haven't discussed?
What?
Crowley.
Crowley?
No, the gag reel first. We have to talk about the gag reel first. We promised him last week we would talk about the gag reel first.
The gag reel.
Oh god.
I have several highlights from that gag reel.
Let's go ahead and skip straight towards the one we all know we're thinking of. The one where Misha's pulling Jensen to his crotch and...
Oh god. I just say I laugh so much. I understand how it can look wrong to people, but I mean, come on. When we all have had close friends with whom we do these things, and Misha and Jensen have known each other for several years. They're like nowhere near being uncomfortable with doing something like this, but it still looks hilarious. Because I mean, it's when people say that that it's terrible and they wouldn't do this. I mean, guys, I used to have a really close friend in my class when I was in high school. I would literally grab his balls, and that was fine.
Guys,
please.
I'm going to tell you all a story. I lived in North Carolina for the majority of my life. And when I started high school, there were these group of guys, and they were all, like, straighter than a straight thing. And they literally they touched each other more than they touched their girlfriends. Not because Not because they liked it or because they got like erections. Believe me, I sat with them. I saw their pants. There was no erection.
Same. I knew a group of guys like that.
And they would literally
all guys.
they would play games. They would kiss each other. It would be nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just because some straight people are comfortable enough with their sexuality to be able to do this shit with other guys.
Yeah. I used to hang out basically with a big group of guys at school, and they were literally just touching each other's crotches constantly and just molesting each other. I have a video of one of my friends bending over another one of our friends and viciously dry humping him.
Oh, apparently fans are saying that it's an assault thing. There are fans saying that Misha assaulted Jensen.
Oh, please.
Like Misha haters are.
Like, no, guys, like, look, I understand how to a person who doesn't know the context, and generally to anyone, just looking at those GIFs can make them, feel, can trigger people even who are victims. But between Misha and Jensen, when we know the context, oh my god, guys, for the love of God. Like, really, really, no.
Yeah, it's...
It's like, no.
Obviously, it's assault.
Oh, it's SPN gossip. Surprise, surprise.
Of course it's SPN gossip.
Isn't it always SPN gossip? Like, every time I hear hate, it's always those dumb-ass little bitches sitting at their computers, writing, OMG.
My favourite hobby is when, some massive SDL spoilers come out, or big cast things come out. My favourite hobby is to go into SPN gossip and just read the comments and the conspiracy theories.
I don't go to SPN gossip. I go to Mama's Love. On Tumblr, I love going to her blog and just reading some of the stuff that she says, because some of it is so funny. And I know that...
Okay, warning, guys. We are such sassy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say that, well, you need to try and be better. And I'm one of those people. I think you should try and be a better person. And I am a better person than them. You want to know why I'm a better person than them? Because I do not post my hate for their people online, except for this. I'm officially a worse person than they are for doing this. So you can call BS on me right now if you want to. I have just fucked myself over with this. But yeah, I can't hold it in anymore. I hold a strong hatred for people who do that. For people who go online and attack other people for no fucking reason. And it's completely unprovoked. And they sit there at their stupid little computer screens because that's their shield against the rest of society. Because if actual society got a hold of their dumb-ass little butts, they would get stoned and picked with pitchforks. Because that's what they fucking deserve.
Oh my god, Shannon, that was some real
Shannon?
Satan talk.
That was fantastic.
Okay, maybe they don't deserve to get stoned and pinched with pitchforks, but you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They deserve their self-esteem to be destroyed.
Oh god, Kaleb. We don't want them killing themselves.
Did you hear about SPN gossip saying that Sam is going to have Dean's baby in season 4?
Impreg.
Oh god, okay.
But guys, what are you talking about? That's totally plausible. Everyone knows dudes can get pregnant. Everyone knows that
Guys, you know what? I have a theory. Dean called death. And death, since he's death, can also create life. So, Death put this baby inside of Sam, and this is the big secret that Dean's keeping from Sam, that he's pregnant.
Oh, a couple of them were here the day we had Russ on. You guys, okay, I consider that like a giant achievement.
Yeah.
We have generated enough fandomness to have some of the worst people in the fandom come and watch us just to hate on us. That is amazing.
Shit magnet though, so you know.
And okay, can I just say that I've lost my train of thought and that I feel really embarrassed right now? Oh no, I know what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Oh god, okay, go.
It has to do with impreg. Like, where do you guys? This is going to be a really stupid question to end our show with, but you guys, if we're going to talk with Impreg and with this apparent new Wincest baby that's obviously on the way because SP and Gossip said so it's true.
Shannon, practically.
I would like to know how Sam would birth this child. Would he have a C-section? Would his penis dilate 10 centimeters?
No, his penis is supposed to be really huge, so I think you can handle it.
Would his butt dilate 10 centimeters? Would his mouth dilate 10 centimeters?
A butt can dilate 10 centimeters, though. I have seen pictures.
This is how you guys know we're still on the summer shows, because we're talking about this.
It's okay.
You know what? I have something. I think his butt can dilate because I think D
Tom's right.
helps him along.
No, Tom's right. Tom's right, like a hyena. Because female hyenas are the pseudo-penis, and they give birth through their penis.
Ah!
Oh, I
You're
think
dating animal
that
fact.
shock video, Kids in a Sandbox, and no.
So, yeah, guys, when you're sitting at home tonight, I want you to have this picture in your head. The Wincest baby is going to come out somewhere. And you all have to decide how.
Oh, God.
This is your homework for the week.
Yeah, your homework for the week. Tell us how, and then I want you to write us the most graphic birthing scene ever and submit it to Profound Radio.
And if we're too gross to weirded out to publish it, we lose.
Yeah.
If you post something that we physically can't publish, then you win, and we'll give you a cookie or something. I don't know, or one of our trillions of cookies.
I feel like now we're kind of asking for trouble.
Yeah.
So, guys, expect there to be wank involving us if you want.
We don't care.
Well, I don't mind. Whatever.
Guys, we actually still have one last thing to talk about on a serious note. I really wish we would have talked about this. No, not Crowley. Not Crowley. No, we still have one thing on our freaking list.
Yeah.
The fundraiser.
Yeah.
I really wish we would have talked about it before we started talking about Wincest babies.
Oh, God, yes. Now it's awkward, but I think we should really talk about it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so... as you guys may or may not know, Jensen's nephew has Down syndrome, and there is a fundraiser for, his name is Levi, and there is a fundraiser for Levi to participate in the Body Walk to raise awareness for the Down Syndrome Guild of Dallas, and there is a link in our blog where you can donate for Team Levi, and there is also an auction going on, and there's also a link for bidding on our website, on our blog. So if you would like to donate, please go and check that out.
Does anyone have any updates on how the Gabriel Tigerman
fundraiser
went?
By the way, yes.
No, I don't know. When did it end? It was ending soon, right?
It had an extension. They did have an extension. They didn't meet the goal, and they had an extension.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. Oh, there's 17 days left, you guys, and they are at 61% on the Gabriel Tigerman thing. We're going to post that on our links. And seriously, guys, this is extremely important for them. And
if you can't donate, please reblog.
Yeah, please spread the word. Send this to big blogs if you want, and ask them to do it. Right now, it's very important that they get this money.
Yeah.
Stop talking about him giving birth from hair. Listen to us. Jesus Christ. I have lost all faith in you people. Oh my God, look, and now we have Sky asking if it grows from his pubic hair. Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm not coming on next week, and it's all y'all's fault. I'm so done with all of you.
Remember when we had like just massive hysterics when we talked about Sam's hair being a sentient being?
Oh God.
I wrote the fanfic. Did you guys see I did write the fanfic? I wrote the Tribble hair fanfic.
Oh God.
I have lost all faith in every... No, I don't even care if any of you apologize. My faith is shattered.
I'm not going to
We didn't
apologize.
ask for your apology, Shannon. Please.
We're talking about a woman's life, and y'all are all talking about freaking birth by pubic hair.
Yeah, no, seriously, guys, please donate or reblog because again, there will be links on our blog, and just again, this is a thing I'm really proud of us about as a fandom because we can really come together and donate and accomplish good things, and that this has been done numerous times. Let's just help them with this.
Yes. Okay.
We've got like 6 minutes to kill, so let's talk.
Can we play the gag reel? Can we play the gag reel?
Yeah.
Do you want me to play the gag reel? Okay, I'll play the
Yeah,
gag
play
reel.
the gag
Okay.
reel.
I'll play the freaking gag reel. Shut up.
Play the gag reel.
Play the fucking gag reel. No.
Shannon, play the gag reel.
Shut. Oh my god, I'm going to end your life. Hold on, just so I
really
can
think
like...
we should play the gag reel, so Shannon, play the gag reel.
If you keep on badgering me, we're not gonna get a fucking gag reel.
Oh my god.
What's wrong, Shannon? You can't hang up on me anymore? Because we're live on air.
I'm so done with you right now, child.
I win.
You win nothing. I haven't watched this yet, so you guys are going to get to hear my actual reactions.
Oh, you haven't
That's
watched
awesome.
it?
Oh my god, Shannon.
It's 9 minutes long. It's
Shannon
9 minutes long.
Keeping up with any news, okay? Just assume.
Okay, before we go on, I've had to do tons of shit this week, so before
We're
anyone
losing
judges
time.
me,
Play the gag reel.
Baby, we know.
then tell Caleb to stop badgering me.
Do you watch the show?
Yes, regularly.
Badger.
Good.
You guys, it's on! It's on! Be quiet!
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, have we met? He probably watches the show, Dean. What do you think about our move to Wednesdays? Season 8.
Oh my god.
Like Jensen to do that thing that he's doing with the robot.
Can I just say, like, their intro thing is absolutely fantastic as well, actually.
Yeah, it's so
The title
awesome.
card. It is so awesome.
Why does Misha always, like, stick out his tongue everywhere?
Because he's secretly Miley Cyrus.
Anyone who's ever been there, hey? Hey? Hey?
Top of the morning to you, eh?
Every time Jensen does that thing with his eye, like, grosses me out.
Ellie, whatever you're saying, it's not real. You're laughing, I can hear you. As much as I could do. Was that too much?
They touched tongues! I saw it, they touched tongues.
Stop pulling my face towards your crotch. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Honey, I'm home.
Yes, you are. Come here, you sexy thing.
Day for how long?
Jesus, I wish Jared would say that to me.
Damn it, every day for how long? What is it?
Freaking suburbs, man. Not a witch. Just the best boy ever.
Oh my god.
What killed her?
gives a
It's like we've got like a 30, like a 10-20 second delay. So upsetting.
Yeah, we do.
It's still funny.
Crowley? Crowley? Really?
We're gonna extend the show until it's over, so you guys can watch the whole thing.
Yes.
Come on.
And you're
Oh, does Jen, how many times does Jensen fall over?
you too short. Keeps the demons away.
Short stop. This isn't Indiana Jones.
Oscar's laughing though. I need you. I need you, Cass. You're my baby daddy.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
No, I know I love you too.
I didn't say I love you.
I know, but you wanted to say it.
I love you.
Jensen has a killer smile, y'all.
Yeah, he does.
Is this okay that I'm in your shot? No, you can do it. Say it. You love me.
Come here, bring it in. Bring it in, buddy. Bring it in.
Oh my god.
I don't ever want to let this go.
I feel like Jensen probably farted when they hugged.
I've missed your musk. Yeah.
You know what? Don't worry about it. I know what you mean. I'm gonna put this down. No, I'm gonna hit you again.
Okay. What was that?
I'll tell you later. Let's get on with the trial.
Oh, that's so cool!
Oh god, the Amanda tapping thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's my responsibility. That happens with people in this line of work. You hit like a girl. Damn it!
Does that still hurt?
It hurts!
Okay.
It doesn't hurt here.
Okay, does it hurt if I hit you here?
Here. I need a popsicle.
How do they get anything done?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
The crew bit's fantastic. I actually do wonder how they produce a show at all.
You go invisible, girl. Keep an eye on him. You hear me?
Is that good? Am I out? Am I out of the frame? Okay, good.
We've got Charlie met a short girl. All we gotta do is find that tablet.
The frolicking.
Yeah. I love the frolicking bits always.
Is that still me? You can just say there's no.
Oh my god, I just realized something. Everything's happening so much later, so much earlier for me.
Yeah, we just said we have a lag.
I don't listen to y'all.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Memory foam. What's that? It remembers me. Give me a minute. And why were you praying to him?
This is my friend.
It's our name for the burglar that's been running us.
Yourselves.
Ignore the fact that I have no idea what that actually means. If we do this, you get better, right, Jose? That's what I thought.
What's with the guy? Is it the Jose guy? montage.
I'm going straight to hell. Go to hell. Go to hell. Oh Lord, I'm going straight to hell. Straight to hell. Well, I lived a life of sin. It's too late to start again. Oh Lord, I'm going straight to hell.
Look at him. That's you think of. What an idiot.
What was that, Russ?
Oh, with the pie on his face?
No, there's like one where he's like posing at a party.
Yeah, that's Russ as well. There's also Russ with pie on his face.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Is it over for y'all yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The gag reel is over. So it is time for us to
Oh,
regretfully...
look, there's Cooking Fast Furious with West.
we need to go. Because I have to go eat some barbecue because I'm very hungry. And...
Okay. I'm probably going to go scrounge something downstairs because I was
And-
at lunch 2 hours ago.
if you guys would like, before I go, for any of you who haven't, go on our blog, try and reblog our premiere party post, spread the word about that, and also if you want, you can send us a request to be on during the premiere party, but we are not making any guarantees whether you will actually be on because
We're quite busy.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people, but it's not going to necessarily be first come first serve. Just like send us a quick ask and what you want to talk about, and then we'll once we have everything together, we'll decide who's going to be on and who's not. And if you don't end up getting on in the premiere party and you want to be on the show at some point, you will be on at some point. We try to make sure everyone can get on the show whenever they want to or feel that they really, really want to. So yeah. So, I love you all, and it is...
I'm indifferent towards you.
No one asked you, Caleb. Okay, so, goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.